Thank you for joining us. I'm Pat Paris. The rising cost of rent is forcing some Tucsonans to look for housing in other states. One former Tucson renter says her rent increased roughly $300 when she went to renew her month-to-month lease. She was living at Craycroft Commons on the corner of Craycroft and Golf Links. She says she's now moving to California, where she was able to find a place to rent in her price range.
Some of my neighbors, I don't know what they're going to do. Well, I've been terribly inconvenienced. I'm not in as bad a position as some of my neighbors.
City leaders say they're doing their best to help people find stable and affordable housing options. Ward 2 City Council member Paul Cunningham says his office has been connecting people to local nonprofits and resources that provide immediate and emergency housing. Some public health officials are doing less of the contact tracing they thought was a key strategy to limit the spread of COVID. The sheer size of the Omicron outbreak has made it so hard to reach and survey infected people that agencies are focusing on specialized groups. The Arizona Department of Health Services says it's focused on tracing especially vulnerable populations. Pima County Health Director Dr. Teresa Cullen says the county is still contact tracing the general public, but putting more effort into congregate living and schools.
Our commitment has been to keep the schools open. When we do contact tracing with the schools, we do it in conjunction with the schools. The schools are normally the ones that help identify with us who the contacts are based on who's in a classroom, whether the classroom students move around, where people sit.
Dr. Cullen says Pima County's case counts have dropped, but they're still high. Experts say domestic violence has been on the rise for decades and the cases are getting more severe. Judge Wendy Millian at the city's domestic violence court works to help victims and offenders. She and her team often assign offenders to mental health and substance abuse classes. She then schedules review hearings to hold them accountable. But all of these services were affected by the pandemic.
The system couldn't respond in a way to keep victims safe because of the way we had to shut down.
Millian says she's dealing with more cases now than ever before. Two bills in the state legislature could help. Both would extend court orders of protection for victims. These orders can prevent contact between the abuser and the victim, providing safety as the court case progresses. To weather, we're entering a warmer trend as we finish the week and head into the weekend. For Friday, highs climb back into the upper 60s with mid-70s returning for Saturday and Sunday. Another storm system will drop into the southwest early next week. Much like this last system, it'll bring gusty wind along with a chance of showers. Temperatures will fall back into the 60s for most of next week.